And this video is not to tell you to go fix your outward appearance. Instead, it's more about doing the inward work first so that you start to show up as the individual that you already are.
Let's stand together wherever you go, I'm going. When no one's left, ain't no need to be stressed, you'll be right there. You keep on pouring and it's overflowing your blessings. You show me love, thought it didn't exist, but it's right.
What's up, ladies? It's your girl Destiny Alexis, back with another video. So my tips today are not going to be about you going to spend $1,000 and something to fix your wardrobe, to go get the best and latest makeup. No. All of the tips I'm going to share today are in-house, and it's within yourself too, to make sure that you show up as your best version of yourself, not only just in 2024, but going forward in general. So the first tip I'm going to give is to always be intentional with your self-care. Doing this alone goes a long way, simply because if you don't cut yourself short on the little things, you're more than likely going to feel better about you taking care of you in general, because you know that you're taking yourself seriously and you're making sure that you're a priority first. I say this because there's been plenty of times in my life where I have neglected my self-care, like literally, I'm talking about for months. And it was crazy because I was a nail technician. And so I used to feel so crazy taking clients day in and day out and then forgetting and neglecting my self-care. So at the end of services, by the end of my night, I was tired, I was ready to go to sleep, and I eventually started to feel like I was the person that everyone came to get their nails done, to get their quick fix, to look beautiful, but I wasn't catering to myself. And so the more intentional you are about your own self-care, the more likely you are to do it more going forward. The next tip I would give is to get good rest and get good sleep. And this is super important because as a first-time mom, I haven't always had the best night's rest because my son was either teething or he sleeps in the bed with us. And there's been many of other factors as well that could affect your sleep, not just from being a mom. I realized that the less sleep that I got, the more likely I was to be irritable and to just feel like I wasn't getting enough done in my day, right? And so it all boiled down to my nighttime routine. And before, I really didn't have one. Of course, take your shower, brush your teeth, do all of the self-care stuff, but it wasn't really like a time frame to make sure I was in bed or I was getting sleep or I was getting the proper rest. And especially as a first-time mom, that wasn't going to cut it, and it doesn't cut it any longer. As my son's getting older, I'm realizing that I really have to be strict about our schedule because it's super important to make sure that we're both getting to bed on time so that we get the proper rest for our day going forward. My next tip would be to regain your self-confidence. And this is super important because there's so many things that can happen in our life that could literally stunt our confidence or make us feel a little bit less than ourselves. But it should get to a point in your life where nothing affects your confidence level because you know your self-worth and you know what you stand for in general. And so as you continue to go on your journey, you continue to develop yourself, you're going to regain more confidence that you might have lost in previous relationships, in life in general. An area that I had to regain my confidence recently was becoming a new mom. And so you're going to notice that there's like body changes, you might have gained a little bit of weight, body changes and things like that made me feel a little bit self-conscious. But as I started to go through life and going with the flow of motherhood, I realized that I needed to love those things about myself because it was literally just God's creation showing me that I'm a mother and accept that as an opportunity to say that I'm able to be a mother. What you're struggling with or what may be hard for you to manage, somebody else would be wishing to have those problems. And so as I started to go through my journey, I learned to accept the things that others might call flaws. I learned to accept those things because it's actually a blessing in disguise. The next thing I would say is learn to manage your time wisely so that you never leave your house looking rushed. Let me tell you guys, this has been a game changer for me, especially as of recently, because I've learned the difference between not just getting dressed, but actually styling what I was wearing to begin with. So a simple hoodie with sweatpants and some sneakers alone could look a little rushed. It could look like you really weren't intentional with getting dressed. It's still cute in my opinion, but there's little things that you can do to add a little bit of touch to the simplest outfits, from literally adding just a little bit of jewelry, maybe some cute earrings, on a nice little bag if you have a crossbody bag, or maybe like a fanny pack type of thing, or just carrying a purse alone can enhance your style and make you look less rushed and more intentional with your look. Which leads me to my next point, which is find your fashion. Just because the trend says denim is in, or houndstooth is in, or this color fabric is in, does not mean that you have to follow suit. Find what you like, find what you love, and show up every day as you just living in your world, finding your fashion and finding your way through this life. There's no rule book on how to do things. Now, of course, you can jump on the next biggest trend. You can wear the next best shoes. You can wear the next best clothes. But ultimately, whatever makes you happy, whatever makes you feel comfortable, and whatever makes you feel beautiful at the end of the day is the only thing that matters. So I don't care about the next trend. I don't care about the next fashion. I don't care what colors are in and what looks good in fall. I like what I like, and whatever I decide to wear is what I decided to wear, okay? And I'm gonna put it on and I'm gonna rock it, okay? Let me stop, because no, but for real, I'm literally gonna wear what I want to wear, and I'm gonna fix it up, and I'm gonna make it look great, and I'm gonna wear it because it makes me feel confident, it makes me happy, and I don't care what anyone else has to say. So find your fashion, whatever that is for you, and I promise you, you'll feel more confident because you're actually showing up as your most authentic self, not just because it's a trend. So my next tip would be to speak to yourself with kindness. And this is super important. This is something I had to learn because before, one would possibly say I had like a negative mentality towards life simply because of my upbringing and the things that I saw and just a lot of things that I learned just from observing it to begin with. How you feel about yourself will oftentimes show on the outside. How you talk to yourself, how you think about yourself, and how you often think about life in general will just present itself on the outside. Have you ever just met someone who was super negative all the time, who felt like just life was just lifing and they never had anything good to say about life? That's oftentimes because inside of themselves, internally, that's how they speak to themselves as well. They speak low about themselves, they speak down about themselves, and they often feel like nothing good is coming their way. When in all actuality, if they just shifted their mindset a little bit, they would start to see more favor over their life. They would start to be more grateful. And oftentimes when you're more grateful, more things start to present themselves to you that are good rather than bad. And so speaking to yourself with kindness is so important because the better you feel on the inside will project itself on the outside. And this video is not to tell you to go fix your outward appearance. Instead, it's more about doing the inward work first so that you start to show up as the individual that you already are. The next point is one of my favorite points. My next tip would be to maintain your nail care. And if you guys don't know already, our Press On Nail Company, which is an extension to our business already. Maintaining your nail care can be done in a number of different ways. Whether you are a DIY girly and you do it yourself, or you're a busy person and you go get it done at a salon because you like professionals to handle it and take care of it for you yourself, or if you're the type of person who enjoys press-on nails. Not only did we decide to create 50 styles for the average woman and for the content creator, the busy mom, whoever in between, we decided to create nails with you in mind. And the reason why I did this is because I truthfully believe in convenience, and as a mom and an entrepreneur, although I know how to do nails and I have all the products in the world to do them, the convenience for me is key. So that's just my little spill on maintaining nail care. If you're interested in purchasing our press-ons, you can visit our website. And you can also go to our Instagram so you stay up to date with all of our new press-on nails. So this just goes to show you that beauty is not something that is necessarily external, although majority of society likes to say that it is. Beauty is something that is felt from within and it exudes outward. So however you feel about yourself inward is going to show on the outside. I encourage each of you to do the inside work, to do the inward work, to get real uncomfortable and understand what it is that you feel like you're lacking in your life, what it is that you feel like you don't like. Come to God with those requests. Ask Him to help you through this situation. Ask Him to help guide you through those feelings, just as I have done in my own personal life. And although it's a forever changing process, you're going to continue to grow through this. You're going to continue to learn new things about yourself. Eventually, you're going to come to the point where you feel like you've done the work and you're doing a good job. And I want to let you know right now, you're doing a good job. There might just be a few things you need to tweak going forward. Learn to embrace those unique qualities about yourself. Embrace beauty inside first and then outward. And remember to feel good on the inside first, because beauty starts from within. Love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.
Keep holding on, hope that you make it.